for those of you who are feeling overwhelmed, right, just everything just feels super overwhelming, this is going to be really helpful for you. Okay, you know, sometimes in life you just have a lot of things going on, right? So it can feel really overwhelming at times, right? Especially if you're going for your fat loss goals, weight loss goals, and then you're trying to add in so many different things that everyone tells you that you should be adding in. You know, and then it just causes stress and overwhelm, right? So if that's the case for you, this is probably going to be really helpful. So let's get into it. Okay, so you know, firstly, let us know, like in the comments below, like what have you kind of been overwhelmed with, what exactly has been really overwhelming for you. Let us know, because everyone is going to have something different, and while you think you are kind of struggling on your own, trust me, someone else is also probably going through the same thing. And here's the other thing also, what you think are easy probably may be overwhelming for others. Okay, so really don't try to devalue yourself, okay, or like ask yourself like, why are you the only one struggling with this? It really isn't the case. Okay, so you know, if things have been really overwhelming for you, I want you to really practice this concept. You know, like I said, everyone's asking you to add in a lot of things. So the question here I have for you is, what can you reduce or remove? Really easy question, but I think this is something that everyone is overlooking. So in our bid to do a lot more things, in our bid to just keep adding more things in and adding a lot of stress, a lot of frustration, because of that, exactly because of that, right? Because you keep adding stuff. So what exactly can you reduce, or what exactly can you remove? Okay, so here are a couple of things. Okay, let's get into like the workouts and nutrition part. So in terms of workouts, okay, I've said this a lot of times, but you really don't have to work out a ton, more than 5 times a week. Honestly speaking, for the average Joe, that's a bit crazy, but if you are really committed and you really want, that's really what you enjoy, please do go ahead. Okay, so firstly, it's really asking yourself, like, in terms of your workout frequency, can you change that? Okay, can you reduce the amount of workouts you're doing? Can you make it more effective? All right, can you go for more full body workouts instead of just like doing a ton of abs, doing a ton of, you know, like arm work? Okay, how can you reduce your workout frequency just by making sure that your workouts are more effective and more bang for your buck? Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is, can you reduce food options? Okay, now I'm gonna get a bit of hate for this, okay? Like, Hock, I want to be able to enjoy my foods. I thought you said you can enjoy your foods. Why are you asking me to reduce your food options? Here's the thing. I'm not telling you to not eat foods or certain foods that you want to eat. Please do have them. But what I'm saying is, why don't you reduce your options for a good majority of your week, right? So something we call 80-20 rule. Maybe for 80% of the time of the week, you know, maybe like a good 5 days, why don't you just kind of set the foods that you're going to be having, right? Instead of having to decide every single time the next day comes around, what's for lunch, what's for dinner, shit, what should I be having for lunch, what should I be having for dinner? Why don't you actually just stick to pretty much similar foods 80% of the time, right? It could be 5 days, it could be 3 days, whatever it is, but just kind of reduce your options. Having too many options really doesn't help a lot of people, because like it just causes you to have to like really frustrated and a lot of anxiety just to think about, oh, should I be adding this vegetable, should I be adding this protein or carbs, whatever it is, right? Just having too many food options, just really, it's very overwhelming. Okay, let me know if this, you know, you're resonating with this. Okay, like just having too many options actually is an issue by itself. Okay, so changing your workout frequency, reducing it. The other one is actually reducing your food options, and thirdly, you know, it's like day-to-day tasks, daily tasks. Like, what the fuck, Hock? Like, why are you even talking about my daily tasks? It's nothing to do with workouts or nutrition. Yeah, that's true, right? But honestly speaking, weight loss, fat loss, like I said, it's a journey. it is going to take into account your lifestyle. Okay, and that's why we go into it very holistically. You have to look at everything. Like I said, you don't want to look at everything because that could be overwhelming. That's why I said, what can you reduce or remove, right? You don't want to focus on everything at once, but maybe just look at a couple of this and just see what works for you. So when I'm talking about your daily tasks, now conventionally, you know, Asians, we've been trained to pretty much just keep doing everything on our own, right? Independence. Ooh, that's great. But here's the thing, right? Independence to a certain degree is good, all right, but it becomes a bit of a ignorance, and well, we're just not helping ourselves anymore if we just take on everything by ourselves. Okay, so for your daily tasks, what are these things that you may not have to be doing? By the way, swiping your phones, you know, Instagram, social media and stuff like that, not really necessary all the time. Okay, it's something to take note. But for your daily tasks, what are some things like your maybe laundry, maybe cooking, whatever it is? What are some of these daily tasks that you don't have to be doing yourself? Okay, what are some of these things that you could be outsourcing, could be hiring someone to do it for you? You know, gardening, whatever, or some of these things that you could just basically take out from your day-to-day stuff that honestly really isn't helping you at all. Like there's no additional value at all. Okay, what are some of these daily tasks? You know, just think about it yourself. For some of us who are commuting to work, you know, you could be driving yourself, or you could be taking, you know, I don't know what services you have, but carpool services which allows you to work on what you can work on because you're not driving, right? You can maybe work on some work business stuff. This may be helpful for you to just kind of reduce your time spent not doing things that are not productive. Okay, so you know, just choose one of these. One of the things that I always tell our members is that honestly speaking, there are a lot of things you can do to improve and get better at, but at the end of the day, it's probably better to just choose one thing, okay, get better at it, and then of course after that get better at other things, okay, so that you don't get overwhelmed. Alright, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know below, you know, like what is something that you can actually reduce or remove. Alright, it doesn't have to be one of these three, but if it's one of these three, you can let us know as well. Just focus on one thing. What is just the one thing that you want to reduce or remove that can really help you? Okay, and as usual, let me know what's your biggest takeaway from this and what did you learn. Okay, and as always, okay, stay safe, keep pushing on, okay, because you definitely can do this. I believe in you. Keep pushing on, stay appreciative, practice gratitude, appreciate the people around you, appreciate your efforts. Okay, and as usual, better on. Alright, Hock here. Till the next session, keep going, and I believe in you.